guys and girls, and thank you for watching another live stream of the Xbox Tester. My name is Maurice, and yeah, we're gonna watch a little bit later on, in about half an hour or so from now, the Xbox podcast. There's been a lot of talking these last couple of days, week, about Xbox going third party and Xbox stopping the video games, but also a lot of things I've already seen, like Sony is also considering right now going third party. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the gaming industry, and I think it's the gaming industry as a lot, like everything. You know, it's not only Xbox that's going to do new things, you know. PlayStation also announced they are looking into multi-platform gaming, so yeah, got a new haircut. Thank you, Steven. But yeah, I'm really curious. I have no idea. Of course, I've seen the rumors. Of course, I heard all the crazy takes that some people had. I chose to not comment on them because I don't believe in rumors. I'm a person that loves facts. Rumors are nothing more than maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. So yeah, what's going on? I have no idea. So yeah, if Xbox is, I loved everybody that said Xbox is dead. Xbox is quitting. PlayStation made the same statement. So is PlayStation also dead, or is that a different story? You know, the whole gaming industry is having problems. And you never know. We also have like MLB The Show on Xbox. So never say never. Never say never. PlayStation will only release on PC, not Xbox. I don't believe that. Never say never. And especially in these days, yeah, maybe something like that, Shukla Gaming, that they are both going to share some of their exclusives. You know, a Spider-Man would easily work on a Xbox console. It's a well-known franchise, it's known over the world, so why not bring that to Xbox consoles? They would make like million times more money. Favorite sport game, Xbox Tester, NFL or football? In terms of games, I would say the Madden games are better. No, I'm not serious. It's a rumor, Minerza. So I'm not saying that something... It could happen. It's not going to happen. It could happen. That's the same with something like Starfield going to PlayStation. It could happen. It's not... There's nothing known yet. What's your favorite console generation ever? I think the 360, the Gen 7. That was amazing. On all systems, that was the best generation ever. That was like peak gaming. And you know, if all games go multi-platform, we all win. As a consumer, we win. I would love to see, and that's me hoping to see that, you know, it's the same with, I always see it like we have with DVD or Blu-ray players. Imagine a world that we need to buy a separate Blu-ray player to watch. For instance, you must buy a Blu-ray player to watch Sony movies, and that's a Sony Blu-ray player, or you need to buy a Philips Blu-ray player that can only play Disney movies. And that's a little bit what we see right now with gaming, you know? There is like, it doesn't make sense. That's called the Gen Durango. Durango is the code name for the Xbox Series. No? Scarlet. Scarlet is Xbox One, and Gen Durango is Series. And, you know, I think we're at a crossroad right now in gaming, because games are getting more expensive to make. And, you know, there's not that much growth in the industry anymore. And especially after the what's it called? The Corona crisis, that was a peak moment for gaming. So everybody bought a console during the Corona period, like everyone. You couldn't even get, even PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones were sold out. It was impossible to get a hand on a console. So they made millions. But after the Corona, the momentum was completely gone. And they will still want their money, those people. Yeah, and I think, you know, we need to go to a console master race too, where we can play all the games on a console. But the only thing you need to choose is, do you want to have a Xbox console or a PlayStation console to play those games on? You know, we need to go back to the world where we just check out what console is best for us and not what kind of games are on that console. Yeah, but if PlayStation games also come to Xbox, why not buy an Xbox and play PlayStation games on an Xbox? You know, some people like the Xbox controller more than they do a PlayStation controller. So I know for a fact that 90% of my friends would buy, if they had to choose between the two, they would pick a Xbox console just for the controller. Do you think Phil Spencer lies a lot? Have you ever met a corporation in the world, one corporation that doesn't lie to his customers? Name one. No news. Of course, they will not say directly, oh, we're going to bring Spider-Man 2 next week to Xbox consoles. Of course, they will not say that. That would be stupid. But that's the same. Xbox hasn't said anything at all right now. Xbox literally hasn't said a single word. It's all rumors. Are you enjoying Banishers? Yeah, I'm enjoying Banishers. I think it's a really good game, but yeah, it's not it's a double A game. It's not a triple A game. It's a double A game. Do you recommend Saints Row 22? I think they stopped with Saints Row 4. I don't know about the other 18 Saints Row games. I don't love any console, to be honest. You know, these companies they want money from us. They want to make money on us, and they are not our friends. They don't think, oh, Maurice is such a nice guy. Let's keep those games exclusive on the Xbox so he has bragging rights on Twitter to say he has Starfield on his Xbox. They don't care. Really, they don't care. They want to make money. They're businesses. Will Halo go to play? I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, sure. I can play it a little bit, no problem. It's such a great remake, by the way. If you have a chance to get this game, go check it out. It's amazing. I'm having a blast with it. But this game is so much harder than I expected. What are you eating? Well, right now, nothing. Hey, Darth Lord. There's a bear somewhere here. Where's the bear? Ah, there's the bear. Stupid bear. I love these graphics. This is such a great remaster. Hey, Paolo. Darn it. Pancakes. Ah! This is hard. Uncharted 4 is amazing. Don't say anything bad about Uncharted 4, then you have a problem with me. I love Uncharted. I have no idea. I'm going to wait and see what the future will bring. Yeah, Uncharted is amazing. It. You know what I see as a possibility that they will do? I think Xbox is going to bring xCloud to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. I think it's going to be something like that. And you can still play all the Xbox games natively on your Xbox console, but you can play them through the cloud on a PlayStation, because I don't think Xbox is willing to do any physical games or optimizing for these consoles. They just want to take the easy road and bring it to cloud. Yeah, but xCloud is still in beta. A lot of people don't know about this, but it's still a beta. Sega Mega Drive, and that was also an amazing generation. That's correct. GeForce Now is better. Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. Of course they are working on PlayStation dev kits. Why wouldn't they? They already are. A lot of people say, oh, my Xbox is going to be a multi-platform or third-party developer. They are already a third-party developer for like 10 years or so. They've been making... My Xbox is making PlayStation games for almost like 10 years already. So... And right now with games like Call of Duty and stuff, they are already said that they will bring those games to PlayStation for the next 10 years. And what do you think about games like The Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 and Minecraft? They're all Xbox games that are on the PlayStation, so of course they work on PlayStation dev kits. That's nothing new. No, I don't think I have banishers right now on my... I love the fact that you can change to like the original old-fashioned graphics in this version. This is so cool. Look at this. Oh, it's insane how hard this game is. What are you expecting from the upcoming podcast? Well, there's only one thing I'm expecting, and that's answers. And the rest, I have no idea. That's also a rumor. They have Starfield ready for the PlayStation. They never had. That's all a rumor. You know, optimizing video games is one of the last parts of the development of a game. It's like literally they start with optimizing these games like a couple of months before release. So I don't believe that there was ever a working version of Starfield on PlayStation 5. I don't believe that because it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I heard Sony is doing PlayStation 6 early, may even miss out on PlayStation. Yeah, the rumors are over the top. I think I even heard people saying that PlayStation is already considering the PlayStation 8 to release next week. So, yeah, rumors... I can't do anything about rumors. I even heard rumors saying that from people that were saying that Xbox had bought Nintendo and they're going to bring a handheld Xbox, the Nintendo Xbox to... Yeah, come on. Is it true that GTA 6 will have 30 FPS on all consoles? Well, right now it's not true, but the rumors... Yeah. Don't speak bad of my multi-billion-dollar company that... Exactly. Yeah, if you scream a lot, then... And you make like 50 rumors a day, then yeah, probably 1 or 2 will be true. So, good on you, Verge. I think the rumor is also that the next PlayStation 6 can also transform into a little Toyota car. And it's a real working transformer. We're getting Optimus PlayStation. PlayStation Mus Prime. Xbox going cross-platform. They are already cross-platform. So there's nothing. Actually, if they will announce that some games will go to PlayStation, they literally said when they bought Bethesda back then that that they will check every game on a case-to-case basis. Oh, thank you, Prakar. That's actually that's Lara Croft that's running around there in the background. You know, I got that controller from 20 years Xbox, and there's like a Phil Spencer thing in the. Oh, you don't need. I've seen every rumor already. It's. I don't care. Oh no, Robert, it's really easy. It's like it's you literally stick it on. It's like with like de plast plakband. Die plak je er met plakband op. No, absolutely not, David. Because does your Blu-ray player devalue your Blu-ray player because you can play every movie on one single Blu-ray player? It doesn't devalue anything. Yeah, of course. But the same goes for games like it's going live in like 10 minutes or so. Why is that a false equivalence? I dare you to make a good point about that. Because Sony could have said back in the day, we're gonna make Blu-ray player and the only thing on our Blu-ray player, because our Blu-ray player is the best Blu-ray player, and on our Blu-ray player you can only play our movies. They could make all their Sony Pictures movies exclusive to Sony Blu-ray players. That's literally what's going on right now with gaming. I hope not. I don't hope that they will ever get rid of the batteries. That's the best thing about these controllers, that they still have batteries. I hope they will never get rid of the batteries. Why am I not moving? Yeah, I'm gonna check out if the stream is already happening. Why? Because I hate the fact that I need to recharge my controllers, and if the batteries are dead, I can throw away my complete controller. And these batteries in my PlayStation 5 controller are what, 1500 milliampere? Yeah, 1500 milliampere. With dual sense and stuff, it gives me like 2-3 hours of gameplay. I've got 2450 milliampere rechargeable batteries in this thing. It can bring me up to almost like 2 weeks of gaming. I hate the fact that's one of the worst decisions ever of Sony to make these battery used inside of them. I hate it. Oh, of course, those. If you, what game was I playing last week? Oh my goodness, I actually had to put down the stuff. On PlayStation, I don't even know anymore. But the adaptive triggers, yeah. But what? Why should you get a PlayStation? The PlayStation is saying, yeah, you need to buy a PlayStation because you got adaptive triggers. But when I always get this, people always get the argument, yeah, get a PlayStation because it has adaptive triggers. Then you come with the notion, yeah, it can take the battery life is going to die. Yeah, you have to put down the adaptive triggers. Yeah, come on, what is it? Use adaptive triggers or not? Yeah, it's popping up. It's a lot of 429 people. Holy moly! Do you like trucks and logistics simulators? Sometimes. Sometimes. Let's see if there's already something going on. I think I will break the internet if I'm going to watch this. Nah, it's still not live. Groetjes uit Aruba. Oh, I already have weekend. Thank you, Pirate Monkey. That's amazing. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna change anything. I don't think that it's the end of Xbox. I actually don't think it is. I think they are going to show us something and that we're all like, wait, what? So, no, I don't think we will see the end of... I have no idea if Halo is coming. It would... I think that some smaller games could go to PlayStation. You know, something like Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, maybe. You know, stuff like that. I think that's stuff we are going to see on PlayStation. The bigger games, it would, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we are going to see games like Halo or in Indiana Jones, indeed, Starfield, Hellblade, stuff like that. I don't think we're going to see games like those on the PlayStation. But same goes for PlayStation. PlayStation also said we are looking into going more multi-platform. So maybe we will get to see games like Helldivers, for instance, also on Xbox. I don't know. Genshin Impact is a mobile game. Nah. I didn't care for it on mobile. I didn't care for it on my PlayStation, and I probably won't care for it if it's on Xbox. Whoa! Thank you, Super Carbonara. You're amazing. That's insane. Oh my goodness, $10. Thank you. Indeed, it would be really crazy if they just invested like $68 billion into Activision Blizzard to go full blown. We're going to bring everything to PlayStation. It would make no sense. Why doesn't Xbox have VR games? Because VR is shit. Sorry for my English, but VR is really shit. I have a PlayStation VR 2 next to me. There's such a big layer of dust on it. I can use a knife and use the dust as butter. I never use it. It's the worst thing I bought in 2023, the PlayStation VR 2. It's really a yeah. Don't do it. Don't buy one. It has no I hear people always saying that Xbox has no games. PlayStation VR 2 has no games. If there's one thing, I think the Virtual Boy had more impressive games than the PlayStation VR 2. Do you like Forza or GT7? Forza, definitely. It's more fun. Thank you. That's really appreciated. You have no idea. I never ask for it, but if somebody, I love it. Thank you. Let's see. Is there already something happening? Nope. Still nothing. I will do a video on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 soon. Soonish.
Shit all over a franchise that was beloved. Yeah, I do. Guess what? There's a new boy in town that I highly recommend. And no, it's not Rich. He's got gout and broke both his legs. I'm talking about Helldivers 2. A game that
I think the live
on
stream is delayed till next year.
And PlayStation 5.
Yeah, they're working with Internet Explorer. That always takes a few hours.
On Steam, which breaks records for Sony.
Yeah, I've tried Helldivers 2 a little bit. I do have it, but I'm so busy right now with other games. This is a great channel, the Xbox Tester. Oh man, I love that guy. He's also really good looking. How is that possible? My goodness gracious. What are these? 1400? Hey. That's funny to watch, trust me. I really am not funny. I'm really not that funny. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the link. I'm refreshing. Let's go and check Twitch. Xbox trolled everyone. That would be funny. I would love that. $1,600 people are watching my stream. My goodness gracious, what is happening, you guys? What's going on? I actually got a new haircut this week. I can't find it, so I'm here. Okay, yeah, we can't find it either. So I'm constantly refreshing stuff on YouTube and on Twitch. Sony hacked it. It's 9 o'clock. It should be now, you guys. The podcast. Where is it? This is the official YouTube channel. It's on the Xbox channel. Okay. Now let's restart. This is crazy.
several unlikely songs to be featured in this game.
Why doesn't
There's
it
the Wedding
work?
March, for example.
Thank you. Go to uploads in
But things
the
get
channel.
weirder.
Okay.
Check.
You guys need to help me out. No. Ah, here we go.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast. I'm your host, Tina Amini, and we have a very special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt. Welcome. And we're going to talk about some updates at Xbox. We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard, now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Gamepass. And we want to talk about hardware, too, and how all of this fits into the strategy at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
Well, when we originally had planned for the show, starting back in December, I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind. And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. So we're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow. And we think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements with the partners. So I don't want to take anything away from those teams. So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out, it'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Well, what was the criteria in how the team was thinking about selecting those 4 titles?
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4 specific games that we're talking about right now. Because the fundamental decision driver for any decision that we make, anything we're going to talk about today, is the long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry. And that's not some great insight, because if you look at the last 10 years and what the biggest games are today, it's a natural place. Whether it's one console and PC, multiple consoles, mobile console and PC, you see big games landing on multiple platforms. And we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential.
I'm a bad
But now back
person.
to the specifics of the question on these four specific titles. We looked at games that are over a year old, so they've been on Xbox and PC for a while.
Hi-Fi Rush.
A couple of the games are community-driven games, new games that kind of first iterations of a franchise that have reached their full potential, I'd say, on Xbox and PC. There's always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. We think it's important that these service-based games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that they're going to
Sea of
exist in the
Thieves.
future.
That's
So
the
two of
four,
them,
I think.
kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue to invest in them. We think that's great for the business and great for the communities, more players to play with. I'd say two of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that. But games that our teams really wanted to go build, that we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios, regardless of size. And as they've realized their full potential on Xbox and PC, we see an opportunity to utilize the
Pentiment
other
and Hi-Fi
platforms
Rush.
as a place
100%.
to just drive more business value out of those games, allowing us to invest in maybe future iterations of those, so sequels to those, or
And
just other
Grounded and
games
Sea of
like that
Thieves.
in our portfolio. And when we don't damage Xbox and we can grow our business using what other platforms have and to help us with that, we're going to do that. And that's really the story behind these four games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there
sense to bring
is an
Grounded and
interesting
Sea of
story
Thieves to
for us of
PlayStation.
introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about the future and this concept of live service games, games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences, how does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct, which was an awesome show, where we showed great games that are coming to Xbox and PC and cloud, which really makes them accessible to hundreds of millions of people. So it's this kind of, we're really focused on a couple platforms and what's going to show up there. But our key of play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, when everybody plays, we all win. These have been part of our strategy for years and will continue to be. Our focus is on how do we continue to grow the games industry by reaching more players in more places, and how do we grow Xbox as part of that. Xbox is a hardware platform, Xbox is a publisher of great games, and Xbox as a platform for the world's best creators.
Mm-hmm. And then knowing that, how do we think about our first-party games and Game Pass?
Real gamers
Yeah, well, to build on
systems.
what Phil just said, one thing I would add, as you were talking about growth, is just that we've sort of seen this inversion over the last 5 years where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing.
That's right.
And the games would sort of tuck in within the platform. Today, big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform. And that really has changed the way that we think about things. So in the midst of all that, I think we at First Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all of our games will go into Game Pass on day one. And third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So there's sort of starting points for us. As Phil mentioned, there are games today that you can play that only can be found on Xbox. And at the same time, we want to bring more of our games to more players. So we're going to continue to look at that. Kind of moving aside, though, from some of those and thinking more about what does it really mean for the player, to me, the two key things are cross-play and cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on the promise of Xbox, which is play with your friends where they are, play on the devices you want, play the games you want. So that is really only possible at a practical level when you know that your saves and your player are going to be able to move across all those parts. So not all of our games today are necessarily built to take advantage of that. There still will be some games that don't. As we bring more teams into the Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get there. But that cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to what we're doing, and I think is something that we as First Party get such a good benefit from being so close to the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things, like you said, all of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super, super excited to share today. And it's all part of our commitment to make Xbox, the Xbox experience, and the games that we build is widely available as possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to the point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change in strategy for us. Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Yeah, and I thought both Matt and Sarah did a really nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going. You know, if you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere, which has been a promise that we've made on our first party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to get play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only to play with your friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the games. I think that's a technology I would love to see applied to more platforms. But it is this view that people are going to play Xbox in multiple places. Whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content, community, and cloud,
I play a lot of
whether it's
Xbox
when everybody
on my,
plays, we all win.
Rock
We've had different taglines,
So,
different strategy,
yeah.
kind of words that we've used, but always with this view that Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. Our investments in xCloud, our investments in franchises like Minecraft and now Call of Duty and other large franchises so that we learn how to build those. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device, but rather the devices that people want to play on should be in service of making the games as big and popular as they possibly could be.
Steam Deck, it works
Because really
perfect,
a
too.
healthy creator community on Xbox, a healthy creator community in gaming all up is the thing that all of us as game players should be voting for, because that's the thing that will lead to the best long-term success and growth in this industry.
And my understanding,
Active
just from
subscribers.
listening and learning from you three over the past few weeks, just understanding what's happening with Xbox, is that we see trends with player behavior where people are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality. And we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
Yeah, as you said, we have shipped games on other platforms. In fact, realistically, if you look with the addition of Activision and Blizzard and ZeniMax, we're one of the largest game publishers on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from. We want to continue to be building great games that millions and millions of people can love, and that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in our Xbox business is critical to the long-term health of Xbox. Many people know I've been on Xbox for over 20 years. And I want to make sure Xbox is in the best position for the next 20 years. That means healthy player community, healthy creator community, and healthy business. So when we look at opportunities to allow more people to play, more people engage, more people to buy, more people to subscribe, it's all about putting Xbox in the best position. And our hardware is a critical component of that. The absolute best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that your team builds and that people play on. But that's not going to be everybody. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023 as this incredible year for gaming. And in a lot of ways it was. There was some really amazing releases that I think we all enjoyed. But what were the signals behind the scenes that maybe indicated how we wanted to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now. But it's an industry that didn't really grow. And what happens when an industry doesn't grow?
Exactly what I said.
Job eliminations, which we had. We had even our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business for ourselves, but in no way were we alone in that. When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe that they will find the best games on the platforms that they love. I want people who invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful. And that really is down to being part of an industry that is growing. If you listen to Lisa Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024. I think there's an amazing set of games coming in 2024, but if we don't get to growing as an industry, the industry will struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades to come.
Yes.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming communities, how they're incredibly large and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility of supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil mentioned, two of the biggest ones for us, Call of Duty and Minecraft, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think about it for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where have you invested?
Xbox is going to still make consoles.
Those two things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose to play.
Yeah.
When we think about, on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made. And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that just because we are the platform. We build hardware, we've got a first-party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at, just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression, the things that we're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Pal World. Pal World was able to launch, they were a game preview, they launched in Gamepass, they also simultaneously launched in Steam.
I still have a feeling they're going to buy out the publisher of the creators of Pal World.
Success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games. We've got subscription, we've got retail, we've got free-to-play, we've got game preview. We have the consoles, we have our experience on PC, and they can access all of those things. And when we step back and we just look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players.
It's not even
beyond
big
the
games.
ecosystem.
Of course,
and that's why we're leaning into it and doing more because we see all those signals.
Games,
so we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games and those communities. What about the role that hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this earlier, it's where you get the most flagship seminal experience.
There are some PlayStation fanboys that have been saying that Xbox was dying since day one.
Our developers can build the specs of our hardware,
20 years later, it's still here.
And we invest to make sure they know when they do that the games are going to go great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make.
I will.
So we're giving them an easy way to access as many players as possible.
Check out WWE 2K24,
and we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday, and we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap we'll have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players
Xbox
and
games
better
to
for
other
creators
systems, so there's nothing new, Benjamin.
And then when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, you know, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced back compat coming to Xbox One. Like, it was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it. I'm a slow reader, and just feeling the energy in the auditorium as we were saying that and online. You know, one of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like,
being
I can
a
still
fanboy
go
of
back
consoles
and play
is the
some of the
dumbest
games
thing you
that
can
I love
do.
playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally
they're both amazing
tighter,
consoles,
which makes compatibility. You end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built. But I will say compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play, is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox stands for today? I think we've pretty much covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Gamepass. And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Gamepass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you, like player-first features, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, backwards compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the investments that we make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing somewhere where you're investing and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all of the time.
Yeah, just that investment in the studios is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2. We've got Diablo expansion. We've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game. And there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show. Well, thank you all for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you.
That's it. So
Games in this podcast range from E to M.
Okay.
Hello, and
Nothing that out of the ordinary. That's it. Xbox S handheld. There's already an Xbox handheld. Get yourself an ROG Ally. Asus ROG Ally. Ta-da! What games are coming to PlayStation? So they didn't announce it exactly, but if you could read between the lines, it's probably going to be Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. I think those 4 games are going to be coming to PlayStation. And those would make the most sense, in my opinion. Can you explain me what was the point of this event? To shut up all the stupid people on Twitter that had like insane ideas. So games like Halo, Starfield, Indiana Jones, Blade, all those games will stay Xbox console exclusive. Yeah, I think so too, Kansas. You're completely 100% right on that one. Hi-Fi Rush, they should have said this is going to be a console exclusive for a year or something. And I think Sea of Thieves, to bring Sea of Thieves to PlayStation would be amazing. How many more people could enjoy that? I'm even rooting for the fact that they will bring Sea of Thieves to PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Plus Premium day one. Do it. Bring that game to more players. That game is amazing. And we're getting Diablo 4 on Game Pass. So, yeah, exactly. This podcast had to be done to make. There were so many insane idiots on Twitter and writing stuff. I'm curious how some of these websites are going to retract all their insane rumors that they had, because they were insanely stupid rumors that they had. So I'm so glad, you guys, you have no idea how glad I am that I kept away from all these rumors, that I didn't make a video, because I was planning to do a video last week about all the rumors, and I had something. I even recorded a video, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm better than them. I'm not gonna make some stupid clickbait video or something, and I'm not gonna be like all those other ones and be like, oh, and this Xbox is going to be dead, and it's probably me, and maybe. I hate words like probably, maybe, rumor. Let's keep it to the facts. And the facts are there are 4 games coming to PlayStation, 2 GAS games, and 2 smaller indie type games. So, yeah, what's the problem? Oh yeah, and the insiders. Oh my goodness, there were so many insiders. You know, I wasn't relieved. Normally I would be like, oh my goodness, this is going to be really killing or something, or this is. I had zero doubt. Zero doubt that there was something really strange going on or anything. And don't do stuff like what's it called? Console wars. Console wars is the stupidest thing there is. There is no problem in using both controllers. There's no problem. It's not like they go into fire or anything if they touch each other. But let's be honest, IGN. You can't even spell ignorant without IGN. It's literally impossible. I actually this week I actually completed a game. I almost never complete games. I have a really hard time with completing games. I actually completed a game on my PlayStation 5 this week. Because in 2 weeks, Final Fantasy Rebirth is coming out. So I wanted to complete Final Fantasy VII Remake. IGN isn't that? Come on. IGN is a bunch of has-beens. Sorry to say. 10, 15 years ago, they were good. But these days, nah, they're nothing anymore. They're like a shell of what they were. Yeah, it's biased. Is Hellblade 2 gonna be an Xbox exclusive? Yes, 100%. So games like Starfield, Indiana Jones, Hellblade 2, Forza, Halo, Gears of War, Indiana Jones, they will all stay Xbox console exclusive. Nothing is going to any other platform than PC and Xbox. Are the both Oris could also... No. It's I don't think it's the both Oris. Because Ori is a little bit harder. Because Ori... It could be, but I think it's going to be Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment. If it's going to be the both Oris, I would think it's like a big... and it will be 2 GAS games. So it's going to be at least Sea of Thieves and Grounded. Yeah, but the people behind Ori, Moon Studios, and Xbox are not on great terms right now, I think. And they also went away from Xbox, Moon Studios. The next game from Moon Studios is going to be brought by 505 Games. So they're not big friends anymore, Moon Studios and Xbox. And yeah, Ori on Switch, yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. So I don't see Ori, and that's not because I don't like PlayStation fans to enjoy Ori on the PlayStation. I would love to see Ori on the PlayStation. I think it's an amazing game. It's still an amazing game. But I don't see it happening because of the fact that Moon Studios and Xbox... And Xbox owns the rights to Ori. And Moon Studio is the studio behind it, so yeah. Yeah, I also, if I have to put money on it, I would say Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, and Grounded. I think that would be the most... Yeah, it's already over. It was only 22 minutes. It was actually a bit of a nothing burger. It's nothing special. You haven't missed a thing. You really haven't missed a thing. It was just them for talking a little bit about... Yeah, the internet blew this horribly out of proportion. You're completely... And people going, well, thank you, Mr. 2 months. Yes, thank you. He's one of my longest members on my channel. Do you see Call of Duty day and date to Game Pass now? No, I don't think we will going to see Call of Duty day and date. But I do think we will get older Call of Duty games to Game Pass. Yeah, big shout out for Mr. Nix. Big fan. But Diablo 4 is a good sign. So Diablo 4 will be the first Activision Blizzard game that will come to Xbox Game Pass next month. I think it's like the 8th. Sure, Mike. I don't know. I hope it's not that different. Yeah, that's exactly the same Mario. I don't know, Blue Card. I have no idea why that is. You can ask it 50 times, but I don't know. That Viking game from PlayStation to Xbox. The Viking game? I have no idea. You know, I could see something like Hellblade 2 that's right now on PlayStation coming to Xbox. I don't think that would be a big problem for PlayStation to bring in more players. And it would help out PlayStation too. So if they would bring something like Helldivers to Xbox, I think that would be a great idea. There is a possibility that it's still... There's nothing completely 100% said. But there is a possibility that some PlayStation games could come to other consoles. So I think that something like Helldivers 2 would be amazing on Xbox. Exactly. Will GTA cost a lot of money on Xbox? Well, it will cost a lot of money on Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, that's true. You can play Helldivers indeed. Day one on your PC. I can even play it on my my ROG Ally if I want. Why GTA not coming to PC? Because I have no idea. I heard something that it was not... a lot of people pirate these games on PC and they bring in too many mods. So they always bring out GTA first to consoles because those are easier and because... Yeah, exactly, Mario. Because Rockstar hates modders. Point. Rockstar is a really strange company. And they want to make money because you can't pirate games on the Xbox or PlayStation console. So, yeah, that's why. Oh, yeah, 100%. They really don't like PC gamers. You're 100% true on that one. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is amazing on... Hey, Marie... Yeah, Madden 24, right? Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, it's on Game Pass right now for the full game. Is Black Ops 2 coming to PlayStation? I have no idea. I don't think so, because it's a PlayStation 3 game, and PlayStation 3 games don't work backwards compatible on a PlayStation 5. It's impossible to make a PlayStation 3 title work on natively work on a PlayStation console. So they would completely need to remaster the game or port the game to PlayStation 5. So, and that's probably not gonna happen. I don't know why Red Dead Redemption 2 is running at 30 FPS on Series S. Well, I do know why that is, because they never optimized it for Xbox Series S or X. Do you think the hardware announcement in the holidays to be rumored Steam Deck style Xbox Series console? Yeah, why not? You know, I don't know why people are so hammered on a handheld Xbox console. I literally already have a perfect handheld Xbox console. I can play Gamepass on this. I can play everything on this. It works perfectly fine. I can even play Starfield on this system. So I really don't need a dedicated Xbox console. I can play natively Starfield on my ROG Ally. Well, Asus is one of the biggest brands in the world with PCs. No, it's a normal, it's a cigar. Yeah, but 8K gaming, come on, not even a high. I've got a high-end Mega PC right next to me. I've got a really good PC and a really expensive one, and I also can't do 8K gaming at any FPS. You know, I've got what is this? This is a Intel Core i9 13th generation. I've got an RTX 4070 Ti, 128 GB DDR5, 2 terabytes of SSD in this little beast, and it's not gonna happen. And so it's not the end of Xbox. Our jobs are saved, Mooi City says. John, we can still make content on our channels. Well, right now there's a little thing I'm working on with a good friend of mine. He's also a YouTuber, and he's building something revolutionary for content creators like myself. And I'm helping him with this, and we're probably going to show something later this year that even Digital Foundry doesn't have. I'm going to get something on my channel in terms of graphic tests that even Digital Foundry doesn't have. And that's going to be revolutionary. No, we're busy making a device or a software device where we can check the real resolutions during gameplay. So we don't need to count a scene. We're making a program that can take up like 2 or 3 minutes of video, and it will take like 12 or 13 random frames from it, and it will make a resolution count for all these frames. So we're going to, and it's right now we're at 96% that it works. So we still need to do a the last couple of percents that it really is perfect. But yeah, this is going to be next gen, even better than Digital Foundry has. Or Analysta, the best, or whatever. That's correct, Daniel. I had to read your comment twice, but the main thing I got from that podcast is that the Xbox tester is going nowhere. And that's correct. I'm going nowhere. I'm staying here. I'm staying live. And I will bring you every game I can get my hands on. Till the end of time. There will be blood. Okay. But yeah, that's going to be really curious. I'm not sure. Don't pin me on it when I will bring something like that. We're still working on this software. There's even a chance that we don't get it to work exactly. But we are working on something. So this is a big scoop, by the way. And yeah, I'm gonna be really curious how this is going to be, and if it's going to work, and all things like that. But you guys, I think this is a perfect moment to end the stream. So, all in all, 4 games are coming to PlayStation. So that's the story. That's it. That's everything. And I'm not going to change my channel. I'm not going to be the games tester. I'm not going to be the PlayStation Xbox tester or the Nintendo PlayStation Xbox tester. I'm going to stay the Xbox tester. And you guys, I really want to thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. Hope to see you guys soon in another one. Bye.